Hi everyone, Elena here with you again today. I posted a little bit earlier today a marketing budget post, so make sure you go read that and see if you can get your budget in line. Right now, today, we're going to be talking about our income that we generate with all of our books and our ad spend. So it's really important that you have a few of your favorite things here with you to do this money part, because the money and the numbers aren't our favorite, I know, but if you can make sure that you have some of your favorite things nearby, you'll be much happier. So now that I'm properly sugared up, I'm ready to get into my ad spend and my income and see how those numbers are lining up and see if there are adjustments that I need to make. Our first tip for you today is to have a goal. You should know what your budget is for this month and every month before you start. What are you willing to spend on ads? And you should have a goal for your ROI, which stands for return on investment. I think a great place to start for your budget, as I said in my post earlier, is 5 to 15% of your income. And a great place to begin for your ROI is a 1 to 2 ratio, which means that for every dollar you spend, you're making 2 back. That's double your money. Of course, the higher you can get, the better, but it's a great place to begin. If you want to begin higher or want to have other goals, that's totally fine. But people will always ask, where should I start? What's a good baseline? And I think both of those are great baselines for your budget and your ROI expectations. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and go dive into the reports. I'm going to screen share and show you my reader links and my income and my ad spend so you can kind of see how I make decisions on a day-to-day basis. Let's get started. Oh yeah, that's good. Definitely going to need that. Okay, here I am in my reader links. And typically what I do is I come down here and I look at this blue bar chart thing right here in the middle. And I kind of look, I can kind of see what my page reads are for the month. I can see how many books I've sold. I can see how much I've made. I can see how much I've spent on ads. Now I run Facebook ads as well. So this ad spend is not Amazon ads only. I think I've about 700 on Facebook this month. So we're going to say this is about 31 or 3,000 on my ad spend. And it shows you my ROI here. It calculates it for me. So I can kind of see that, I'm making a bunch of money off of my ads. But really what I pay attention to every day is this reader links chart. So every day I upload my ad reports right here, and I upload a Facebook ad report and an Amazon ad report. And it shows me that stuff in the chart down here. So every day I can look at it. I can start on the 1st of June, and my Facebook ad spend was $26. Now this Amazon ad spend is actually for the day before. So I upload my Amazon numbers in the morning between 6 and 8, depending on when I get up and what else I have going on in the morning. But so that $61 is actually from May 31st. So my Facebook ad spend goes on that actual day, but the Amazon ad spend is always the next day. So I know for June 1st, I spent $80 on Amazon and $26 on Facebook. So I'm about $100 ad spend, and my revenue was $869. So you should know my goal for return on investment is 1 to 10. I want to spend $100 on ads per day and make 1,000. That's my goal, and sometimes I make it and sometimes I don't. So a 1 to 8.7 ratio is actually really good. What that means is I'm spending $1 and I'm making $8.7. That's what happened on June 1st. On June 2nd, I can kind of look at it. Okay, I spent 23 on Facebook. I have to look up here, 63 on Amazon. That's only 86. And I made 944. So I can figure out what that ad spend is. For sake of time, I'm not going to worry about the decimal points, but if I put 944 in here and I divide it by 86, that should tell me what my ratio is. So I made $10.9, $11. So that's a 1 to 11 ratio on the second here, with the $86 ad spend and the $944 revenue income. So I do this every morning. So this day on the 3rd, I spent $63 on Amazon, and then look how much it goes up on the 4th. So on June 4th, it went up to $139 for an Amazon spend. That was actually June 3rd. Remember, I'm a day ahead. And so that's June 3rd spend, and I made only $860. So something happened on June 3rd. Typically, I'll go back and I'll look, or I already know because I'm looking at it day by day, and I'll look at it and I'll say, oh, yeah, that's a Sunday. Sundays are some of my lowest sales days. You'll see my numbers go up throughout the week and down on the weekend, and up throughout the week and down on the weekend, and up throughout the week and down on the weekend. And so that's a trend that I can see in my income as time goes on. And so you can see that right here if you're using Reader Links. And so that's kind of cool. But anytime I see my Amazon numbers going up above 100, so this 139, this 154, you'll notice that it went down to 89 that next day. That's because I adjusted the budget. I don't want to spend $154 a day on Amazon. That's too much. I'm spending about 33 on Facebook every day. 30, see, that one went up a little bit. I boosted a post. I had a new book come out. So I can tell what I'm doing just by looking at it. But see, this one, Amazon only spent 40. Then it went up to 110. That's because I adjusted it. So I make adjustments based on what my spend is. So I don't want Amazon to go above 100. I'm okay with 94. I'm okay with 99, 96, 98. These are all fine for me. This is great. I'm doing good here. These are good and good. Okay. If they start to dip too low, then I know that I need to go do some other things. As they start to get too high, look, I'm up to 124, 140, 171. Wow, I can't afford 171. And then you'll notice that between these last two that are here, I adjusted my ad spend, and it's back down to the 98. So I'm just adjusting, okay? Now, one thing that you can't control with Amazon is when other people are sending a lot of eyeballs to their page. So if I'm getting more, if I'm spending more, I have my budgets pretty high. And I have a lot of ads going. So if I have an ad going at $20 a day, I might get, so you can see I've got 15. I just clicked over to Amazon, my marketing campaigns. I've got a 15, a 20, a 12, a 13. This one's actually paused. That one's 12, 10, 10, 13. I mean, if Amazon spent all of that money on every one, I'd be spending $400 or $500 a day. So I'm not. But I can't control if somebody that I'm targeting in this new ad that I just put up, I can't control if somebody that I'm targeting is sending a lot of people to their page. So maybe I'm getting more impressions. Maybe I'm spending a lot more on that. Maybe I'm not getting quite the return that I want, but I'm going to keep it running because I can't control that. What I do control is when the ads go. So I don't terminate a lot of my ads. This product display ran out on the 1st, but I usually will pause them. So I have a strategy for which books I advertise. I'm typically advertising my first in series, and I'm advertising other books that I'm trying to launch well. So that's typically my strategy is books I really want to push at launch and then first in series. So Craving is a first in series book, Brainy is a first in series book, STR is a first in series book. I'm doing some box sets. And then I've just turned these ads back on recently because it's the beginning of the month and I have more money. And so I kind of watch them and I go, oh my goodness, look, I am over. I spent $171 on Amazon yesterday. That is way too much. I've got to do some adjusting. So I'll go through here and I'll go, this is book 4. I don't need to advertise this book today. And I pause it. And I'll go, okay, Catching, that's not a book 1. It's not a book 1, but it's been running less than a month. I kind of look at it. I'm like 580 impressions, almost that many clicks, a little bit less than that. If you've watched Bonnie's click to impression video, I'm not quite at 1 to 1,000, but I might turn this one off. It's not a first in series. It's not a new release. This one is a first in series and a new release. I'm not turning it off. I'm going to take the chance on that one. You'll notice I've got 3 Brainy ads here. Do I really need all of them on? I'll look at it and I'll decide, this one's doing really well. This one's doing really well. Maybe this one's not doing super as good as the others. I'll pause that one. So I go through, and this is not drilling down into the keywords and deciding which keywords are working. This is simply adjusting my daily spend. And I pause ads that I go, okay, I got 2 craving ads. No, I didn't have another one up there. I've got 2. Do I really need 2 running? If I am spending $171 a day and I don't want to do that, I will turn one of these off. I typically don't turn off my Second Chance Ranch or my box sets. I usually look at these other things. This Courting, Charming, Courting, these are not first in series books. I would pause all of these if I wanted to save money. So I kind of just check at those. I look at them. I have more ads on page 2, but that's the general gist. All I'm doing is going through and evaluating which ads can I pause so that I am not spending $171 a day on Amazon. And you'll notice that the next day I did a bunch of that pausing and a little bit of work on the ads, and I cut my spend almost in half. So that's really important. That's kind of all you really need to pay attention to when you're looking at budgeting your marketing budget and your income and your ad spend. So you can kind of do the math if you want to. And you can take into account things. So this is a release day, so it's going to make me more money. So I don't typically worry too much about that day. This is a release day, it made me more money. This is a release day, it makes me more money. But what about these ones that are not release days? Do I have my return on investment where I want it? Do I have my ad spend within my budget? And I make these daily adjustments if I need to. It takes me 5 minutes to upload my ads and go, oh, I'm happy with my ad spend, move on for the day, or go, whoa, 171, no way, and go through here and pause. That might take me another 5 minutes to pause. So we're talking about 10 minutes of work once you understand what numbers you're looking for. I feel like I need another drink. Not too bad, right? I mean, I almost ate my whole cookie while I went through that, but if you've got a treat nearby, you can get through it. So look at your marketing budget and set a goal for yourself. Break it down by the month and then by the day. And then look at your return on investment. What's acceptable to you? Do you want a 1-to-2 ratio, 1-to-5, 1-to-10? What are you looking for? And then monitor it every day. And you can do it just with the big way that I showed you. And we're going to get into keywords and how to drill down into those and adjust to those next week as well. Man, I need another bite of this. Oh yeah, that's worth the math.